sorry about that. My storage ran out the moment I started recording, so that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, that's really cool. Anyway, I deleted like 60 Broski Report podcast episodes that I had downloaded into my phone because for some reason I have a preference for like downloading stuff instead of like using an app. I don't know, I'm not really the smartest. Anywho, I wanted to talk about getting into I wanted to talk about getting into any form of creative art and what happens when people, one, realize you got into like some sort of creative art, and two, see what you can create. Before I do that though, if you don't know what this is my wizard staff. And you're gonna see what type of magic I can create in just a minute here. But first I have to pack a wizard's bowl. I'm not really sure how YouTube censors stuff or what they'll do to me if I show certain things, so I'm just gonna play it safe and not show it. But you will see a mirage, if you will, of like smoke come from this side of my screen and like all the way over my face. Anyhow, during this video, I'm gonna be frogging an old sweatshirt or an old sweater so that I can get yarn from it. I don't have any yarn like this, so I'm excited to finally get some and finish frogging it so that I can crochet with it. What I'm gonna use it for, I don't know. Anyways, let me pack my wizard's bomb. Let me show you motherfuckers my wizard spell. Abracadabra! I haven't watched enough Harry Potter to know what the fuck that means. Anyways, did you fuck with my wizard spell? Be honest, did you? Okay, whatever. Anyway, now that I'm well acquainted, I can get to talking about what I was trying to, which is the fact, one, like being an artist, so many people want to exploit you, like whether intentionally or unintentionally. People do want to exploit you for your ability to create things, especially your eye for creation. Like, people want to be creative. People want creative things, but they don't want it at like an exceptional price that it's acceptable. Like, I don't know. We're in a time where people like cheap things and they don't want to have to pay an exorbitant amount for anything, which isn't like, if you're someone who ever does any kind of art, that's unrealistic, especially if you're an artist who puts all of your all into anything you ever make. As someone who's been an artist since a little fucking baby child, since a little baby infant, I don't think there's ever been a time in my life where I haven't been creating and I haven't been doing some type of artistic endeavor. When I was younger, it was drawing and painting and crafting and playing in the mud and making fucking mud pies or whatever. But now I'm an adult with adult money and I can buy shit, which means my creativity and the things I can make definitely changes over time. Like, the stuff that I have received from when I was younger while doing crafts, I can use better now because I have more crafts that I can do. I know more about the things that I want to make, and so I can do more. And because of that, we do live in a hustle culture. I want to say specifically in America, because since I was a kid, there's always been someone older than me saying, you gotta sell your stuff. You gotta make a business. You gotta start, you gotta do this and that so you can make your money. But for most people who are creatively inclined, it is primarily a hobby. It is primarily a way to express yourself. And someone else coming to you about something you love and you're passionate about and being like, you gotta sell, you gotta make your money. I don't think that's realistic for a lot of us, because like making your something you love deeply, like a craft that for you is just a hobby and a way to blow off steam, making that into your career, that is a surefire way to tire yourself out and burn yourself out. Like, I just don't think that's realistic. And as I've gotten older and, I've gotten a job, I've had to deal with bills, I've had to, understand the fact that I have to balance how much I interact with my craft and how much I realistically have to be an adult. Like, if I have my habits that my wizard spells, I gotta buy the stuff for my wizard potions, and I have to be realistic with the fact that I have to budget. Like, if I want to save for my future, if I want to continue my habits, if I want to eat, if I want to also like have a craft, those are all expenses that I have to worry about. And I mean, not only is it just extremely difficult to make your craft like a business, it's also mentally taxing in a way that I do not think a lot of us are prepared for, especially since, from what I know, people I have met who are into crafting and stuff, we tend to have some type of we are on some type of spectrum. Like, we're not neurodivergent. Most of us are neurodivergent. Not neurodivergent, but most of us are on the spectrum to some degree. And what's the correlation? Don't ask me, but I've noticed that all of the creative people that I've met in my life have been they've been touched with something. What it is, I don't know. Sometimes it's ADHD, sometimes it's autism, sometimes it's BPD, sometimes it's, what's the other one called? Sometimes it's DID. Like, I don't know, there's a need to express ourselves. And because of that, the art and the things that we create is going to be very personal to us. It's going to be more than just art. It's going to be something deep rooted within us. And because of that, I have not been able to come to terms with the fact that I'm expected to do something greater with this craft aside from make shit that I like. Like, the reason I made this is because sorry, I don't want you to see my yitties. This is like a skirt, so if this pulls down, it's whole yonkers out. Anyway, I made this because I want clothes that are more breathable for me. Like, there's lots of clothes that I have in my wardrobe that are pretty, yes, but they're not what I require for me. Like, a lot of my wardrobe is made of very flowy clothes, very open clothes, something that feels nice on my body. Because when I was at my highest weight, I think all of the stuff that I wore was too small. It didn't feel nice on me. It always felt uncomfortable, and it made me feel incredibly insecure. Now, I feel fine. Like, when I wear my normal clothes, the shit that makes me feel comfortable, I feel fine. None of those are issues that I have. But the clothes that I prefer to wear and that make me feel most comfortable are pretty hard to find. And if not hard to find, they're expensive as shit. And I don't have the ability to just do that shit. And so for me, I went back into crafting, which helped me get the shit that I want. Like, I'm always making stuff that's custom to me and custom to my style, my preferences, because I'm not gonna go out and buy it because I don't have the fucking money. All right, if you don't have the money, you gotta figure some shit out. And what did I figure out? Fiber arts. Before, oh my god, let me tell you how I got into crocheting. First of all, I got into crocheting by walking to the Dollar Tree, and there was a crochet hook and a ball of yarn for $1 and $1.50. I was like, I mean, it's like $2 to start. I might as well try. You have no idea how much getting into crocheting has legitimately changed my life. Like, all I started with was single crochet, chain stitches, and then learning how to, do the one over the chain stitch. Like, I started learning how to go in layers. And When I first started doing it, I was like, this shit is insane. What do you mean you're telling me to do a triple back stitch into a backflip? Like, what do you want from me? But now it's like, I can do this shit while my eyes are closed. I've been in bed crocheting while not even awake. Like, and that didn't take me any time at all. That took me like maybe 6, 7. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm a fat fucking child. That's my fault. Anyway, it took me 6 or 7 months to like get good at it. Not even good. I think it took me like, I want to say 5 months to get like to the point where I am now, where I'm like pretty good enough that I can read a pattern without there being like any words, you know, like, you know how when you open up Pinterest and there's like this fuck ass pattern that's like, it's just like a picture and a bunch of like lines and circles. If you've ever seen that and you don't crochet, that's it's like a secret code. I know the secret code now though. I get it. I'm working on a limited storage here. I gotta wrap this up soon. I'm starting to realize my videos are gonna have to be like 11 minutes long because otherwise I don't have the storage. Anyways, I'm gonna have to stop saying like as much as I did because I watched back the other video and I said it so many times it was insane. Anyhow, my whole point in saying all this is being an artist, I feel like you really have to protect your peace, you have to protect what's important to you, which is your craft. If you want to make it into a business, that's understandable and that's fine. But not everyone should have to. Like this, if this is something you love, if your craft is something you love, but it is something you purely do to blow off steam, that's fine. It shouldn't have to be something that you have to make money from, make profit from. We shouldn't always see these things as something that we have to profit from. It should just be something we enjoy doing. If something makes you happy, it should be fine to do that. You shouldn't feel the need to do it simply because of the fact that other people are telling you and you feel a pressure to be efficient at all times. That's just illogical, and you can't be efficient every minute of every day. We are mammals at the end of the day, and we can only do so much before we're like, okay, I'm fucking bored, I don't want to do this anymore. Because we're mammals. Other mammals don't do shit all day. They lay around, they roll around some, they don't really do much. And it's, the expectation of us is very high. Like, there's a very, as someone who has to be a normal human being all the time, or pretend to be a normal human being all the time, hey, my fellow autistics, we're suffering. If you know what it's like to have to pretend to be a normal human being all the time and how much it takes to pretend to be normal, you realize it's not that fun and it's really hard to do, and there's so much expected of you when you are mentally at a disadvantage than other people. But if you don't look like you are, everyone expects you to be, and that's a lot to ask from me, because I just being, not only having to be a normal human being and that taking as much mental space as it does, but also having to be a productive human being where you have to like actively always be moving, grinding, making money, you know, this and that. It's hard, and I'm realizing that it's hard as shit. And in order for me to successfully do it, I might just have to surround myself with other autistics and other people who can understand my struggle, because people who don't will just think you're fucking stupid. Like, they will think you're slow, that you're stupid, and that you're just not trying. But they do not understand that you are like just at a disadvantage at every moment of your life. Every step that you take is at a disadvantage, and you just have to understand that like some people won't get it, and that sucks, but some people won't get it. Why did this turn into a therapy session? Because it is therapy. Realistically, this is therapy for me. I just like to yap so I can talk, but it also helps me think through my thoughts. It helps me like understand what I'm trying to feel. Which is funny because I don't talk a lot anymore. So, and what's that about? Anyway, I think that's all this time around. Let me edit this fucking video so I can stop running out of space.